Hello again, everybody. We ended our last session with a mighty sound effect, thoom, as the mighty thing clobbered the Sentry Sinister and gave his signature cry, "It's clobbering time." All right, but then the thing says, "Look, Buster, when I belt a guy, I expected him to stay belted. Are you trying to give me a complex or something?" "It is truly beyond belief. You have shattered my instrumentation. Now I must rely on mere strength alone. No living being has ever toppled a sentry before." "You have identified me incorrectly. I am no robot. I am a living sentry, specially created, bred, and trained by the Supreme Kree for the purpose of guarding their far-flung galactic empire." Says the thing as the sentry grabs him. "I can never be defeated, for if I face a foe more powerful than I merely increase my strength until I alone am the master. Although never before within my millennia spanning memory has it been necessary to increase my strength as much as now. Remember, I bear you no malice. I merely do what I was trained to do, what I have been bred to do. A sentry may not think, a sentry may not question, a sentry must only obey." So he grabs the thing and holds him over the Pacific Ocean. "And my orders are now, as they were then, guard the Kree spaceport and destroy all invaders." Plunge, and he baptizes the thing, but not in a very spiritual, religious sense. He just dunks him in the water. "Reed!" cries Sue. "Look, the sentry, he's drowning Ben." "No," cries Reed, "I've got to go to him, help him, no matter what the cost." "Sue, get to the plane. Use the satellite TV to contact the Torch. Tell him to get here. Every second counts." "I will, darling," says Sue, "but what about you? Shouldn't I help you first? If the thing was powerless against that creature, what can you do to save him? Just do as I told you, girl, and don't question my orders. This isn't your husband talking, it's Mr. Fantastic, the leader of the world's greatest team. And when the headline writers from coast to coast pinned that name on me," and he stretches himself, "they weren't just whistling Dixie. Swing!" And he hurls himself and says, "Hang on, Ben. I'm on my way to you, fella. Just hang on." "Okay, Sentry, or whatever it is you're called. We didn't ask for this fight, but no one puts the FF down while any one of us is still alive. Don't bother turning now. There won't be time for you to save yourself from me." And he stretches himself out as far as he can and smothers the sentry. And if you're still not reading me, maybe this will get the message across. And then Reed thinks, "I've got to wrap myself around him tighter, tighter, till he falls back into the sea." So they topple backwards. "I did it. It'll take him a few minutes to right himself again, and those minutes should give me time to find where he dropped Ben. There he is now, but he's so motionless, so still. I've got to reach him, get him to the surface fast. In the name of heaven, I hope I'm not too late." And he stretches out to grasp the plummeting thing. Meanwhile, halfway around this capricious, calamitous, crazily spinning old globe of ours, we see Triton. "It was good of Johnny Storm to teach me to ride his jet cycle. Now I can study the city below me without myself being the subject of curious stares at every turn. Storm is a worthy youth, else the lovely Crystal would not have lost her heart to him." What of that worthy youth and the fascinating female whose love he has won? Johnny is watching Triton. It says Triton is doing fine on his first solo. And Crystal says, do you realize, Johnny, that this is the first time in all these long months since we've met that we have been alone? Chris, there's so much I want to say to you, so many things I want you to know. And then they start to kiss. Slurp. And here comes Lockjaw to interrupt. Hey, what? Oh dear, it's Lockjaw. I think he's trying to tell us something, Johnny. You unmentionable, unmitigated, unromantic, four-legged foul ball. If you've got something to say, write us a letter next time. Wait, Johnny, this must be why Lockjaw wanted to alert you. There's something coming in on your video scanner. Kathack, kathack, kathack. Sue! Johnny sees his sister on the video scanner. What is it, sis? What's wrong? Oh, at last! Cries Sue. Thank heaven I reached you. We need you, Johnny. We need you desperately. What happened? Where are you? In the South Pacific, on the isle that Ben picked at random. There's some terrible danger here. No time to describe it. Perhaps your flame can succeed where we failed. You heard her, Chris. I can't waste another second. Stay here, honey. Triton will look after you. I've got to prepare Reed's one-man missile. No, Johnny, there's a faster way. Have you forgotten? What do you think? I've already thought of a faster way for Johnny to get to his allies. And she says, Lockjaw, he can take you any place on Earth as fast as a thought. Of course, I should have remembered. Let's go, boy. We've got a job to do. Forget all those nasty things I just said about you. Don't just lay there yawning, you oversized, wet-nosed, walking, sleeping pill. I'm going to call you more ugly names. Not like that, Johnny, says Crystal. You're upsetting him. Let me do it. But if we remain with Johnny and Chris much longer, we're apt to miss these new developments in the battle with the Sentry. So it's scene-changing time once again. And here comes Mr. Fantastic to the surface with the Thing. He hollers, Sue, Ben is still alive, but he's unconscious. Did you reach Johnny? Is he on the way? What is it, darling? Why do you look like that? She can see behind him. Behind you, Reed, is the Sentry. He's almost on top of you. There's no time for you to move. It's lucky I reached you here when I did. Everything is up to me now. What can Sue do? Well, of course. She can make them invisible. That's not what I expected. Sentry says, now, when the invaders are all together, I can destroy you all. And he reaches. But what new alien enchantment is this? Only the female remains. The others have vanished. That's it, Reed, whispers Sue. Run, run for safety, while I shield you with my invisible force screen. So, in some manner, you have the ability to bend and to alter light waves, but it cannot save any of your lives. Why must you fight us? We mean no harm. If you are stranded here, perhaps we can help you. I am a Sentry. I can only obey orders. My orders are destroy. It does not matter whether I can see my victims or not. Thumb! With but one blow, I will wash this island clean of them all. He caused a monstrous tidal wave. It's about to inundate the entire island. There's no place to hide, no place to give us shelter. Reed is almost on top of us. What can we do? It's 100... Well, so much for that.